Hello everyone. In this video, you all are going to learn about an important Muslim political philosopher. I mean Al-Farabi. Al-Farabi's full name is Abu Nasr Muhammad ibn Muhammad Al-Farabi, and he is to be considered as founder of Islamic political philosophy. And if we talk about his era or his date of birth is 870 or 872, and his date of death is 950 or 951. So basically, his birth is in 9th century, and mostly of his work we found in 10th century. So basically, he is the philosopher of 10th century who worked in 10th century mostly, and he is to be known as early classical Muslim political philosopher, and his mostly work is for the state, and he gave the idea, he gave the concepts, he gave the theories and ideologies, he gave the foundation for a strong Muslim political state. So Al-Farabi has very much importance in Muslim political thought, and if we compare him with Western classical or early political philosophers like with Plato or Aristotle, so Farabi has his own importance, and as they gave the idea of ideal state given by Plato and worked a lot by Aristotle in his book The Politics. In the same way, Al-Farabi also worked a lot for that ideal state, and he named that ideal state as Medina al-Fadila. So if we talk about his work, his books, the first important book which was written by Al-Farabi, that was Kitab-e Arae Ahle al-Madina al-Fadila. That was the second important book by Al-Farabi, that is As-Siyasiya al-Madina. Then he wrote Kitabe fil Mantak, as Al-Farabi worked a lot on logic. So to explain the logic, the stages of logic, the connectivity of logic with philosophy and science, he wrote this book, Kitabe fil Mantak. Then there is another book which was written by Al-Farabi, that was Kitabe al-Mosiki al-Kabir, which was the best book written by Al-Farabi on the music and the types of music, the influence of music, the connectivity of music. And Rasaile al-Farabiya are also very important and prominent, written by Al-Farabi. So if we talk about the key thoughts which were given by Al-Farabi, the most important, the virtuous city, which is to be known as Medina al-Fadila. And he also gave the idea of the political regime as the idea of king philosopher based on philosophy and wisdom given by Plato. In the same way, in his the virtuous city or the Medina al-Fadila, Al-Farabi gave the idea of rulers with the name of Raisul Awal, and he also was convinced that the Raisul Awal must have the attribute, characteristics and feature of wisdom, of honesty, of justice, of courage, because he has to courageously, boldly, strongly defend his state and the territory, and secure the people, the subject, the citizens who are living in that virtuous state. So the key point of, or the key thoughts given by Al-Farabi are the virtuosity or the political regime. as the idea of ideal state given by Al-Farabi. So he said that Medina al-Fadila, that virtuous city, that ideal state must has to promote common good and justice, good for all, good for commoners, good for every citizen, welfare of the citizen or the subject. And there must be justice, rule of law, equality, freedom. And as we have discussed, that Al-Farabi said that the leadership must have the wisdom, must have the justice, and must have the courage. Uh, there is another important thing which was strongly mentioned by Al-Farabi, that was religion plays crucial role in shaping moral and spiritual fabric of society. As you know that the society is the basic of every state, and the tendencies in society, the values of society matters a lot, the fabric of society matters a lot, and every religion is convinced for basic principles of morality. So Al-Farabi said that religion convinced the society to be honest, to be fair, to be brave, to have wisdom, and all the moral values of a society are linked with the religion. Al-Farabi also studied a lot of the work of Plato and Aristotle, and he wrote Al-Farabi Philosophy of Plato and Aristotle. And in this writing, he discussed their thoughts, their Western thoughts. But he gave his own idea as a founder of Muslim political philosophy, and he said that Medina al-Fadila, he said about Raisul Awal, he said about the state based on religion, the state and the society of that state must based on religion, as the name of the concept which is given by him, the virtuous state based on virtuous. So he presented in this way a state, Medina al-Fadila, or the virtuous city, or the ideal state, with some different point of view and angle. And in this video, you are knowing about Al-Farabi and his comparison with Plato, his comparison with Aristotle, the critical approach, the analysis about this Muslim important political philosopher. So Al-Farabi has his own unique stance, thought, point of view, and ideas about the state, about the structure of the state, and about the society and the fabric of the state or the society. Dear students, in next lectures, dear aspirants, you will get a lot about different philosophers, about different thoughts of political science. So to know all that, be connected with us, be connected and subscribe my channel, and take care. Thank you so much for listening us.